With PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale's release date being right around the corner, a couple of people were actually making fun of Microsoft, saying how they could not go ahead and actually create a Smash Bros. Clone of their own. Now, it's kind of known that Microsoft doesn't need a copy off of Nintendo like Sony does, or Sony feels they need to. Nonetheless, though, I decided I'm going to go ahead and drop a video and let you guys know if Microsoft could actually create their own Smash Bros. Clone, and if they could, how many characters would actually be in this game? Might be right to call this game officially Microsoft All-Star Brawl. We'll call it that from now on, okay? Because it's going to be really hard to kind of, Anyway, so let's talk about this for a second. Who would be in this Microsoft Smash Bros. Clone? Well, the first person we got to go ahead and give love to is the avatars. Because Microsoft would put the avatars in the game. Whether you like them or not, they would be in the game. So, being this be a Microsoft product, they would definitely be the first person in the game. Followed by, of course, Master Chief Petty Officer, aka John 117. He would be another character in the game, with being the Xbox brand's best-selling franchise. Without a shadow of a doubt, he would definitely be in the game. Followed, of course, me personally, I believe it would be Spartan 458, aka Nicole. Now, Nicole was actually a Spartan exclusively for the Dead or Alive 4 series, so I would think that she would make a return in this actual particular games, The Arbiter. The Arbiter was actually in Halo 2 and 3. So, the Arbiter was actually a well-known character and actually a well-liked character, especially in Halo 3. So I would definitely think that this character would actually make a grand return to the fighting arena here in this whole Microsoft All-Star Brawl game. Now, the second one would be Tarlis, the Brute Chieftain from Halo. Now, this guy gives a kind of a hard-hitting game. Now, I don't see a lot of hard-hitting characters in the All-Star Battle Royale for PlayStation. I've only played with 6 characters. Actually, technically 4 characters for me personally. But, and at the same time, there's plenty of big, strong characters in the Nintendo Smash Bros. Series, such as Donkey Kong and Kim and Bowser and things of that name. So I would definitely think that, I would think Tarlis would be a good addition to this one. Now, aside from Tarlis, another character I would definitely think that would be excellent for this game would, of course, be Marcus Phoenix. Marcus Phoenix is a great character who would actually be, I would definitely think that he would be put in this particular game here. No questions about it. Alan Wake from the Alan Wake franchise. With Alan Wake being not really a popular character here for Xbox, I would think that he had 2 games, so I would definitely think that he would actually end up being part of the whole, of the whole game in itself. The Keflings from Kingdom of Keflings. I would think that Keflings would actually be part of it. They've actually had 2 games. I do believe that Ninja B is actually working on another one, I believe they are, or someone is. So they would definitely end up in the in this particular game here. The Agent from Crackdown. Now, I can't help but to think that the Agent should play just like Radek, I think his name is, from All-Star Battle Royale or Killzone 3. I just think so. Speaking of an interesting character, another one, Baldur from the Two Human franchise. Rather, the Two Human game. It was supposed to be a franchise, but it ended up being canceled or something happened to it. I forget exactly. Nonetheless, Two Human, despite what people think about it, is an actual interesting game. It's the first game I've ever played where they actually decided to take like one already well-known established storyline and just kind of modify it, into just add kind of a cybernetic part to it, or cyberpunk thing to it, and then totally change the game. I mean, Baldur is known as, he's a god, and I believe it was, it's a Norse god, I believe he is. So, it's like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. So, actually, I do plan to play that game. I wonder if characters like Thor are in there too, or Odin. I know Odin's there, but anyway, I digress. Now, the next 3 characters are going to blow your mind. You ready? Rash, Zit, and Pimple. from the Battletoads franchise. Now, there's two things going in your mind if you're an old school gamer. If you're an old school gamer, what's going through your mind is like, wow, Zeph, my mind is totally blown. Because these guys would make perfect characters for a Smash Brothers clone. And then you realize that Microsoft killed them too, and then you got extra depressed. So, yeah, sadly, that's the truth. But you know what? Hey, I like the Xbox, but there's no need to be blind. Nonetheless, they would make great characters. They are, in fact, owned by Microsoft, since they were originally created and owned by Rare. There you go. Microsoft bought Rare. Speaking of Microsoft bought Rare, another character would be Banjo-Kazooie. Or rather, Banjo or Kazooie, but we'll just say Banjo for now. I believe, or was it Kazooie? I think it was Kazooie. No, I think it was Banjo. I believe Banjo is the bear, right? Or is it Kazooie the bear? I'm not sure. I didn't really play the game, but I think that would be another, great addition to the character roster as well. Choose any character from Killer Instinct. How about TJ Combo? There you go. One character, that's definitely a really good character too in itself too. So definitely good. Or Saberwolf or whoever. You also have Cameo from the Cameo franchise. Cameo game. Cameo game was definitely really cool. I really did enjoy that particular game here. So I would definitely think that that character would also be a part of the franchise. Who else here? Captain Smiley. Remember Captain Smiley from Comic Jumper? Would also be a great addition to the game there. So let's see. Captain Smiley definitely. Explosion Man and Miss Explosion Man. Two characters would do great in this one as well. Maybe a little bit weird to play with, but I would definitely think that it would be good. Joanna Dark from Perfect Dark. Definitely great. Dust from Dust and Lysian Tale. Great character right there. That's actually really fun to play for those who haven't played it yet. Definitely want to go ahead and play that game. Edward Kyle from the Operation Darkness game. Foxclaw from Small Arms. The Dishwasher from the Dishwasher series. That character was great. I mean, I'm just like, for a character that really, they didn't really develop him as much as he could have, because that game was supposed to be just a simple arcade beat 'em up, or rather hack and slash. But damn, that was fun to play. I'm just saying. Hey, the guy who created that, I'm going to do a video on this a lot later. But hey, let's get a part 3 of the Dishwasher. I'm saying. The Toy Soldiers. Remember the Toy Soldiers, the two guys who look like Bill and Lance from Contra, or Rocky and Drago from the Rocky series, depending on, when you grew up. You also have, so you got those two characters. You have the hero from the Half-Minute Hero game. You have Teresa, Reaver, Garth, and Hammer, and Jack of Blades, all from the Fable franchise. Great characters, especially Jack of Blades. And the Warrior from the Bloodforge game. Now, if my calculations are correct, I just gave you 30 characters. 30 characters that are exclusive, that are owned by Microsoft, okay? Now, even with that, I can still go down the line and give you some other characters, too, that I haven't even touched yet. How about the Locust from Gears, Brad from Comic Jumper, Brad from Gears of War, any character from Dance Central 3 or Dance Central franchise. Hey, I'll put it like this. If you guys can get a flat 2D dog who thinks he can rap simply because he believes, then I think that the Dance Central characters could actually go in there too. Coltrane from Gears of War, Anya from Gears of War as well. Actually, all of the members of Noble Squad from Halo Reach. The Convict Grunt from Halo as well. Tootie from Banjo-Kazooie. Bottles from Banjo-Kazooie. Frigid from Dust and Lysian Tale. The Fable heroes from 1, 2, 3, and Journey. There you go. 1, 2, 3, and Journey. That's 4 characters right there. The Gunslinger from the Gunslinger game. What else? Any other bad guy characters from Fable, pretty much. There was one character who when Teresa was actually, when they took her eyes, the bandits took her eyes, right? There was one particular bandit who found her, took her into his home, pretty much had sex with her up until, between 9 and 15, and then she left. But there you go. So, there you go. There's another character there. Who else? The Prophets from Halo. The Prophets from Halo. Cameo's sister from Cameo. I think she would make a great character as well. Any other character from Killer Instinct, or hell, all the characters from Killer Instinct, they're all great. another character from the Small Arms game. That was actually a fun game. So you can add someone else, maybe the alligator guy from Small Arms. And the female ninja from the Dishwasher series. She really got a great, she really got, like in part 2 of the franchise for Dishwasher series, she was really great. She started flipping out in that one. I haven't played it fully yet, but definitely a great game right there. And I haven't even touched other games, you know. There's also Viva Pinata that I haven't even, looked into yet. And we haven't even touched, like, the regular Xbox just yet, such as Clonker, you know, or rather Conquer, or Blitz. Remember Blitz the Time Sweeper? We haven't touched him yet. How about Voodoo Vince? Or Battletoads, you know, or the other character from Battletoads, rather, you know, like the bad guys or whatever. We haven't touched those guys yet. How about Tex from Brute Force? He was also on Xbox. Mind you, Battletoads wasn't on Xbox, but I just thought, you know, going back in time or whatever. Or how about jumping on Rare's back, right? With Rare's library, such as Time Lord, Jet Force Gemini, you know, Copper Chance from the Grab of the Goonies? Remember that one? I haven't even touched third-party games such as True Fantasy Online, Blue Dragon, Lost Odyssey, or Jawbreaker, etc., etc. You know, these are great characters. I gave you well over 60 characters that could actually be in the game of a Smash Brothers clone from Microsoft. And you guys really think that Microsoft doesn't have any exclusives? Mind you that most of these characters were in fact exclusive exclusive to Microsoft. These were characters owned by Microsoft. You know, Sony had 20 characters, 4 of them being multi-platform characters. So yeah, if Microsoft really wanted to go ahead and do a franchise, totally, rather a game, a Smash Brothers clone, if you will, totally based off of Microsoft itself, I think so. I think they can do it. I also think that Microsoft really needs to get on the bus here and hire me as a game developer. So yeah, give me my own company because they need help. There's a lot of games that they just kind of killed. You guys have a good night. Zeph out.